are now outside, and there's some trees about 15 to 20 yards right in front of me, and I'm going to go ahead and shine the Baton III on these trees and also compare it to some other offerings that we have in the EDC pocket friendly range. So here is the Baton III on turbo mode, so that 1200 lumen setting, and you can see the intensity of the beam right there on that center tree that I'm shining it on. I'll shine it on the grass at the bottom of your screen there, and you can see just how bright this light is, and also the clarity of the beam I find to be really impressive. You can just see the details of this tree and all the branches around it very, very well. Now let me go ahead and compare it to the S1R Baton II, and the first thing that I noticed about this is, first of all, the intensity right there on that center tree is definitely not as much compared to the Baton III, but also the clarity of the actual beam is not as good. Those branches right there and all of the details of these trees that I'm shining the light on, it's just not as detailed and not as clear looking compared to when I switch back over to the Baton III right here. Take a look at that. So you're getting a lot better clarity, and that's really the first thing I noticed beyond just it being a more intense beam right there. But it's just a nicer, less milky, more of a clear looking beam compared to the S1R Baton II. So you're getting a higher candela, higher intensity on something that you're shining it on, but also you're actually able to make out the details of what you're shining it on better than the previous S1R Baton II. So overall, yes, I would say this is a much more refined and better performing beam than that previous S1R Baton II with this Baton III right here. I'll go ahead and shine them together just to give you an idea of what the beams look like together. So right here on the left, I have the Baton III. Right here on the right, I have the S1R Baton II, just to give you an idea of what they look like together. And then we'll go ahead and take a look at some other options that we offer just to give you an idea. So right here I have the PERUN Mini, which is going to be definitely a lot different looking beam. You can see the candela is much less, maybe a little bit more flood because this is a bead style lens, but with the PERUN Mini you're definitely not getting that intensity that you're getting with the Baton III. So I would definitely say the Baton III, and I'll go ahead and switch to it here. So there's the Baton III. You can see that intensity, so you're getting less flood but higher intensity with the hotspot compared to the PERUN Mini right here. Less intensity in the hotspot but more flood. Now let's shine another popular option for pocket lights, and that is the Warrior Mini. Now this is 1500 lumens, okay, and this is running off of an 18650 battery. So we got more lumens with the Warrior Mini, and then also it's running off of a much stronger battery, but keep in mind it's twice the length. So it's a much bigger light, it's heavier, so it's a lot more in your pocket. So obviously it's going to be a little bit brighter, but now let's take a look at the Baton III. So we got the Baton III right here. Turn that off. And then we got the Warrior Mini right here. It's really not a huge difference, guys, but you're looking at a light that's half the size. So Baton III right here, Warrior Mini right here. So you're still getting a very bright beam from the Baton III. Just keep in mind, it's half the size and less lumens than the Warrior Mini, but I think that's a great compromise for something that is so much smaller. Now I'll show you just one more light, and that is the S1R Baton II. So this is probably going to be the most similar in performance as well as the S1R Baton II that I've already showed you compared to the Baton III. So there is the center tree right there. Here's the grass in front of it. Okay, and then we'll switch over to that same Baton III, and honestly I can't even really tell the difference. So you're looking at a very similar performance with the Baton III compared to the S1R Baton II. I'd say that's easily the closest comparison that we've done out here. So again, here is the S1R Baton II, and there it is on the tree, there it is on the grass underneath. And then here is the Baton III, and they're very, very similar in performance. Honestly, hard to tell the difference. So you're looking at a light that is literally half the length of the S1R Baton II and easily has the same brightness and candela intensity, if not more. So that's awesome that we have a light that is the S1R size with the S2R performance.